So history awaits one way or another. And he bends it. What a goal. He's done it again. Remember the name. What the finish. Rimmer. Oh, what a free kick. Wow. Oh, my word.
This is just pure touch, instinct, confidence.
Western United have won the A-League Championship.
Hello, I'm Neve Owens. Welcome to the Isuzu UTE A-League Highlights Show. It's the week before Christmas, which means the games are coming thick and fast. McDonald Jones Stadium starts the round as Brisbane Roar make the trip south. It's a final appearance for the Roar's pre-season marquee signing Charlie Austin. Calling the action, Simon Hill and Daniel McBreen.
That's a lovely ball through. And Macarthur onside and off the frame of the goal by Angus Thurgate. And Daningham trying to bend it into that top corner. Thurgate rattle the frame of the goal. Danzaki. Armiento. And he's through. Two defenders with ease. Still Armiento. Chance at the near post. Miliosnic couldn't dig it out and it's thrashed away by Thurgate. It's a flat delivery, and Austin did get on the end of it. Blocked by Duncan, and thrashed into the side netting by Miliosnic. Brisbane were pretty close there. Given away by the Jets, could be costly. Armiento looking for the angle. And driven over the top by Kai Truitt. The referee helping out with crowd problems. Oh dear! Oh. Yeah, that's not what was required.
Well, he tries to help out and then pokes Miliosnic in the face.
Towards that near post area, Aldred threw himself at it. He's collided with Macarthur. Now for Akbari and Danzaki, and the overhead kick, and in at the second attempt by Nikola Miliosnic. And Brisbane, who've had the better chances in the second half, make the breakthrough with just over 10 minutes to go. The overhead kick didn't quite work, but the follow-up was good enough to get past Jack Duncan. For the Newcastle Jets, Brandon O'Neill's delivery helped on at the near post, and off the woodwork. Did Jordan Holmes get a touch? I fancy he did. Gets the congratulations of his teammates. Keeps Brisbane's noses in front for now at least. But today they leave disappointed as they suffer back-to-back home losses. Full time at McDonald Jones. Newcastle Jets 0, Brisbane Roar 1.
After a 1-0 defeat in Wollongong last week, the Wellington Phoenix returned to Sky Stadium in New Zealand. Their opponents, Adelaide United, welcome World Cup hero Craig Goodwin back into the starting 11.
I think it is a good result, or was a good result from the Phoenix last week. However, they were the better team.
Here is Oscar Zavada, an early chance, an early goal for Wellington. Oscar Zavada gets free and delivers at Christmas time for Wellington. They're into a 1-0 lead
early. Well, very early from Oscar Zavada. And the route to goal was the man that the Wellington Phoenix are looking to be disruptive and defensive today. But his turn provider, Tim Payne.
Let's watch. Here is Goodwin. What a goal from Craig Goodwin. It is out of the top drawer. Ollie Sale, I don't care how good you are not stopping that. Craig Goodwin, what a strike. And he draws Adelaide level at 1-1. Wow. Still down at Oscar Zavada. Wellington might want to put this one out because they've got a man down in the penalty area and he's going to be offside if the ball goes anywhere near him. Moragas, and the shot, and what a save by Gauchi. David Ball with the shot. You're going to need about 3 sets of eyes to keep track of everything that's happening. Oscar Zavada is still down. Halloran, was that a shove into Payne? Yes, it was. Ben Halloran is not happy with that. and he's going to get a yellow card for protesting. Still plenty to aim at in the area for Callan Elliott. Cross towards the far post and hit it in by Božidar Krajev. A goal scorer in 4 straight games. The Bulgarian Božidar Krajev puts Wellington back in front.
He's enjoying himself in Wellington. Božidar Krajev comes up with his 5th goal in 6 games. Wonderful, wonderful. We've got the Wayne train in Wellington. We might have the Bulgarian freight train because he is unrelenting. Lovely ball in from Callan Elliott.
Nice little interplay by Wellington as Ugarkovic has fouled. Player who fouled. No, in fact it wasn't, and it's a red card for Ben Halloran. Out of nothing really, a second yellow card for Ben Halloran. And after the yellow card he received for protesting in the first half, the chickens have come home to roost somewhat for Ben Halloran. Ugarkovic close to Gauci, who again elects to punch. Here is Jan Saas, deflected in! Oh, talk about a weight off the shoulders. Spin me a yarn. Saas is on the score sheet, and Wellington lead at 3-1.
Well, the relocated yellow fever, love that one.
Here's Saas, who's enjoyed himself out there today. Oh, look at that from Jan Saas, pulling out all the party tricks into the path of Krajev. Calls for handball, and referee Barrero heeds the calls. Wellington have a penalty. Here is Krajev, and a save by Gauci. So perhaps justice is done for Adelaide United. The call looked harsh, and Krajev can't make it. A half-dozen goals, and Joe Gauci, you fancy, keeps Adelaide in this. Might be called into action again. Barbarousis in the area. Costa Barbarousis, saved by Gauci twice. Might be a bit of extra time added for the yellow card. A very merry Nixmas for Wellington fans. They jump for the meantime anyway to 4th on the A-League ladder. The imports do the job. At the end, there's your final score from Wellington. The Phoenix 3, Adelaide United 1.
The Central Coast Mariners are hoping to put last week's F3 Derby defeat behind them, hosting their other local rival, Sydney FC, in Gosford. Your commentators are Simon Hill and Phil Moss.
Worked out by Good towards Caballo. Caltac again. And Bratton. Oh! Wow, that was really travelling. Danny Vukovic could only stand and admire as it thumped back off the crossbar.
What a strike from Luke Bratton. That is absolutely outstanding technique.
That was as clean a strike as you could wish to see. Good turn by Ballard in midfield. And they miss up Tulio from Kololo. Here's Tulio! And the Mariners hit the frame of the goal at the other end. Incredible.
Well, you couldn't write the script, could you? From one crossbar to the other post, down the other end of the pitch. Gee, that pass from Benny and Kololo into the path of Tulio.
Here comes Sydney at the other end. It's Robert Mack trying to place it. And Vukovic could only palm it into the path of Paolo Retre. And Sydney strike early in Gosford. A rare goal for Paolo Retre. Too hot to handle for Danny Vukovic. Sydney lead.
Well, we shouldn't be surprised at all, Simon, should we? It's gone from one end to the other and then back to the other end. And Paolo Retre has made a wonderful midfielder's run after great work from Robert Mack on the Harvey Norman replay. Danny Vukovic couldn't hold it. Hurt my knuckles a couple of times on the whiteboard, but didn't make a habit of it.
You've got to pick your moments, haven't you?
You do.
Mariners free kick. And Kololo bundled over. It's been taken quickly. Quall into the box. Tulio! 1-1! An inch perfect delivery from Gary. says thank you very much and nets his first goal for the Central Coast Mariners, and we're all tied up.
Look at that for delivery. He's just lifted it in between a couple of Sydney FC defenders. Donachie can't get there, but Tullio can, and that's a wonderful finish.
Kalola drives it in. Oh, and Redmayne could only get a touch. Scoot back towards goal by Caltac, and in by Dan Hall. What a turnaround for the Central Coast Mariners. 2 goals in 3 minutes. And Dan Hall, perhaps an unlikely scorer, but the Mariners won't care. They lead.
Well, what a turnaround by the home side. That's exactly what coach Nick Montgomery would have been looking for.
Ballard. Rue. Now Quall. Around Caballo with ease, and he drives towards goal, wants the corner. He's not going to get it. And again, a little flash of excitement.
He's just got that knack, hasn't he? Storm plays him in, little nutmeg.
Corner already taken. Top of the box is Bratton. Finding the angle, Luke Bratton. And Vukovic got a strong arm. Down low to his right to deflect it behind.
Smart save by Vukovic. Bratton, you thought, was just opening his body to go for the far post, and he picks the near post.
Now Roos with a chance to launch the counter for the Central Coast. Threads it through. It's 3-on-2 here for the Mariners. It's Sammy Silvera trying to thread it through, and it just would not fall for them. And there goes the full-time whistle. Now the roar from the home fans. The Mariners have stopped the Rots on their home deck after 2 consecutive losses. Dan Hall, and before him Marco Tullio, after Paolo Retre had given Sydney FC an early advantage. Central Coast Mariners 2, Sydney FC 1.
The Melbourne Derby was abandoned halfway through the first half on Saturday night after a planned walkout protest turned violent when fans invaded the pitch. Football Australia is investigating the incident and has since issued Melbourne Victory with a show cause notice. Join us after the break as we wrap up the rest of the action from round 8. Welcome back to the Isuzu UTE A-League Highlights Show. Sunday's action started at Amy Park as this season's cellar dwellers Western United take on the high-flying Western Sydney Wanderers. Calling the game is Teo Palazzeri and Daniel McBreen.
Step over in midfield, allows the ball to run on for James Troisi, a former Wanderer. Neil Kilkenny. Western have committed numbers forward here, sensing an opportunity. Troisi continued his run, and the cut across is turned in off the chest of Alexander Prijovic. It doesn't matter what part of the anatomy, this man is made of goals.
Well, that was a wonderful sweeping move from Western United. Opening 5 minutes of the game really opened up Western Sydney. And that man, great composure, chests it into the empty net and nonchalantly walks away. Second goal of the season, and that's a fantastic start for the boys in green. Nieuwenhof and Bozanic both sitting a little deeper. Maybe one of them can step high alongside Amalfitano and really create a problem behind the Western United defence. The Western United midfield. But at the moment, see both sitting in front of that midfield line, making it a little bit easier for them to read the play.
Kurtovic, slightly better measured long ball this time, and he blazes over. At last they get the long ball right, but Kurtovic didn't have the finish when the chance presented.
Well, he did everything right, didn't he? It was a great run, lovely weighted pass from Tomislav Michala. Just misjudged from Imai. He had all the time here. Could have rolled it past, jinked it over the keeper. He went for pace and just gets the foot underneath it. See there, he's just trying to get the hip over. Can't do it, and that is a glorious chance gone begging, and he knows it.
Nieuwenhof will turn, will face. See who he can bring into the play. Bozanic now trying to thread the eye of the needle through the left flank. Macarthur to Traore. Neatly worked with Amalfitano linking up with Traore, and now Mbakoto, and held on to as the shot was firmly at him, Jamie Young.
That was neat play from Western Sydney Wanderers down that left-hand side. Nice interplay, 1 and 2 touch, and then Traore saw Macarthur at the edge of the box.
Doumbia. Wales in space, can pick his mark, and the header from Prijovic. And if you're only going to pop up every now and then, you've got to be able to steer those sort of headers onto the target.
Well, much better delivery for the player of Prijovic. Difficult one, tight angle, trying to put pace on the ball and angle as well.
Milanovic touching it on. Seller stooped down to the header, just holds up off the lush surface though. Milanovic, and he went for glory, and he nearly caught out Lawrence Thomas, who tips it round the post. And he's perhaps right to berate his midfield and defence there for falling asleep on the youngster who nearly caught him out.
That's fantastic. There, the enthusiasm to win, and here the audacity to go from long range. Almost snuck in, and that's difficult for Lawrence Thomas when it bounces in front as well. Full stretch. Wonderful play from the young man.
It's not just the physical pain, though. It's that Wanderers finally had a bit of a midfield combination going. And now a long ball. Kerpich bullocking work, and he's denied by a good stop. Jamie Young got his left paw out and was able to take the sting out of the shot and then grab it at the second time of asking. And Suleiman Kerpich, what a chance.
Well, it's another good running behind, isn't it? It's 2 against 1, and they get it all wrong. And it's a great stop in the end from Jamie Young, but in my head, Kaiser uses the body, gets it all wrong. Kerpich is through and really should be scoring there again.
Now Metzella's turn to come through, makes a contest. Nieuwenhof also onto the ball. Quick 1-2. Nieuwenhof skies one, up it goes for Borrello to challenge, and he couldn't get the header down, but again, Western Sydney Wanderers are working through the gears.
Yeah, positive signs in the last few minutes, a little bit more urgency, a little bit more gusto going forward. You see here, just hangs it up at that back post.
Neat 1-2 between Lepane and Wilmering. Wilmering frees that left peg, and he got it over to Simmons. He's been able to keep it in. To his team's advantage, though. Kilkenny still deep in defence.
Could have gone with the head rather than stretching with the feet. It was a wonderful ball to the back post area. You see here, if he just throws himself at it, diving header maybe, he may have had a better chance.
Diamanti, does he go direct? He doesn't, because it's headed just wide by Tratt, and that could have been game, set, match in favour of Western United.
Well, that's a glorious opportunity to seal the match. Wonderful ball in, great run. See here, just totally unmarked. Defensive marking is non-existent, and it should have been 2-0.
Nazarene is lurking, cleared away, and the 3 points are secured for Western United. Tomoki Imai's return to the A-League men's produces a clean sheet. How important was he, and how important is this for the defending champions? It is full-time at Amy Park. Western United 1, Western Sydney Wanderers 0.
The final game of the round comes from Campbelltown Stadium. Dwight York's side host the Glory as Perth looks to lodge back-to-back wins for the first time this season. Your commentators are Robbie Thompson and Andy Harper.
Beavers again. Over the top for David Williams. Early cross, trying to catch out Ushkok. Here's Jelicic again. Trying to fashion an angle for the shot, finds Amini.
Well, it's a terrible shot in the end from Musti Amini, but Perth are looking pretty dangerous going forward. Jelicic has been very, very tricky. There's been great positivity in the Perth approach. Clisby down the left.
That's a good first touch from Williams, and a second for Ryan Williams now. The flag goes up in the end. It was a desperate block from the Macarthur defenders. Well, without Lockie Rose now, the attacking options are somewhat reduced, as that is a great ball in and glanced across the face of goal by Keegan Jelicic. Acceleration from Amini, finding Jelicic, squaring it for Williams. Lovely strike, wonderful save. A minute before half-time, Philip Curto ensures that it's still scoreless at Campbelltown.
It was a terrific play from Perth. And you wind it back, the whole move started with that excellent bit of midfield play from Mustafa Amini. Here's a chance for Macarthur.
And look, they've got numbers forward here with Davila through the legs. Davila, brilliant square ball. And he's furious at Al Hassan Toure for not being there when it looked like it was opening up for the shot.
Very, very irritable. Good bit of work there from Arabouli. His best bit, actually, and I think most people are expecting him to shoot. Was there any communication at all?
Jelicic wanted it into feet. Williams taking on Bacchus. He's done well, he just sits it up to the back post. An outrageously acrobatic effort from David Williams, flies over the crossbar.
That was wonderful work from both Perth players. I mean, acrobatically from David Williams, but it was R. Williams. Beautiful turn. Rolled the ball out magnificently on the Harvey Norman replay, that acrobatic effort. That's beautiful from Ryan Williams, and he just burns Bacchus.
In it comes towards Potomides. Now Bacchus back with Toure. The cross in is a good one. Arabouli! Well, we've hardly seen him in an attacking sense for 70 minutes this afternoon. And then it's a wonderful delivery to the back post and completely unmarked. In the end, a simple header for the Georgian, who gets his first ever goal in A-League football.
Well, the Harvey Norman replay will show a beautiful cross from Al Hassan Toure. Rare occasion this evening, Perth not really zipping out to close the ball carrier down.
Wietza sliding in, gets the better of Duncan. And again now over the top for the speedster Jed Drew, but he's up against a speedster in Khalifi. Oh, Khalifi's hurt himself here. Jed Drew looks up, and it's well defended by Muir, and this doesn't look good. Or is it just a bit of cramp?
I think it's just cramp.
That's all right, because he got up and then went straight back down. Without victory against the Bulls, as here's Clisby. With Azubel, looks up, crosses towards Ryan Williams. Aspro Potomides with a glancing defensive header. Now Duncan back in, and that's hopelessly overhit.
It was an excellent header defensively from Aspro Potomides.
And they probably can't wait for Adam Taggart to get here in January, because they had the ball, they had the shots, they had the chances, and they come away empty-handed. And it's now 6 matches without a win against Macarthur for Perth Glory. Arabouli the hero for the Bulls. It's finished here at Campbelltown Stadium. Macarthur FC 1, Perth Glory 0.
Here's a quick look at the league table. 3 points for Macarthur. The Mariners and the Knicks see them jump into the top 6, while Western's win over the second-placed Wanderers see them jump off the bottom of the table. That's it from Round 8. We'll see you after Christmas. Have a wonderful and safe festive season.